Good morning. I'm driving to work. It is about 10 till 7. There's some deer, little baby deer, 2 of them. I saw wild turkeys right down here not too long ago. 2 adults and 9 little ones. And that's unusual for this part of the state. But back to my video. Here I am going to work. This is my 3rd day, leaving before 7 and not getting home. Last night I got home probably about 7:15, something like that. No, it wasn't 7:15. It was like 7:45, I think. Something around there. Anyway, and I was tired. My little patient went to school, so that means I go to school when my patient goes to school. And it was the first day of school. It was chaotic. Oh my. It was very tiring. And so I was exhausted. It was my 3rd day in a row. I get there before his mama goes to work, and I stay till she gets home from work. This is her busy season, so she's working overtime, which means I work even more overtime. And I usually only work 1 day a week with this patient, but my sister is healing from surgery, and so we both work the same job, which is wonderful. We're both LPNs, and so I'm picking up her days because the single mother needs to work. And I also have another job. I take care of my aunt, and so I will be doing that this weekend. Right now my days are really full, and I thought there's a lot of people out there just like me. I am over 50 now. It's crazy. I'm a widow. My husband's been in heaven almost 6 years. And there's a lot to that story. There's a lot to the healing story, my story of healing. And I want to live this part of my story as an encourager. I have another friend who has really been speaking words to me that are convicting about ministering all the time. Never turning down an opportunity to minister. And it's convicting because I was asked to speak on a Mother's Day this year at a church, and I told them I didn't feel like there was enough healing that had taken place for me to be where I wanted to be to minister. And she didn't like that when I told her that. I could tell she just didn't think that was a good idea, because I turned down a chance to talk for the Lord. But I know God can use anything, and YouTube is a virtual friend to me, because in this stage of my life I have friends. I do. I have a wonderful church and people who love me, and I love them. But it's different now without my husband. I'm just not the same person without him. We were different people, and together we were even different yet, because we were one. And so now, as I am a widow, it's an interesting group of people, widows. You have the ones who are newly widowed, and they can be angry or they can be withdrawn, which I was for a very long time, or they can be just very content and not need you. But yet there are some who are lonely. And in my lonely moments, I have sought out other grief stories because I want to know how other women are dealing with their grief. And I remember at 1 year searching to see how my story compared to their story. What was I ever going to heal? And then 2 years, and then 3 years. I was starting to feel hopeless at 3 years, 3.5 years, because I was in a bad place at 3.5 years. And I thought, I'm never going to be okay. I am always going to be wounded. And I was seeing a psychiatrist. I was at one point in outpatient care because I was so fragile emotionally. And I couldn't work. For a long time, I could not work. And the feeling of being in the world, eating the food, drinking the water, breathing the air, and not able to, I didn't even feel like I could be a good mother. I felt like a terrible mother. I was so weak and so tired. And it's a tired and a weakness that, of course, rest doesn't take care of. And I'm going off on little bunny trails, but I remember holidays with my family that had treated me like one of their own after my mother passed and my dad moved away, my cousins and my aunt. And I remember not being able to go to family holiday gatherings. And it's embarrassing because, who wouldn't want to be with their family? And I was too weak and too tired and too low to handle it. I couldn't handle people. And I just withdraw. And until you've been there, it's true, you'll never understand how severe depression can make you feel. Anyway, I don't want that to be everything I talk about, but it is a story that ends in hope, because this week I will have worked, I believe, around close to 50 hours, if not over 50 hours, at my home health job. And I don't know if I've ever gotten time and a half from this job. And then I'm going to go and work at my aunt's from 3 to 10 on Friday, and then I think all day Saturday. And so it's kind of exciting for me to look back and remember not being able to work at all. And now I'm working every single day this week except Sunday. Once in a while I do work a couple hours on Sunday too to help my aunt get to church. But it's so exciting to me to be able to be a functioning adult and giving back. And I love my little patient so much. But I would like to reach out to others too. And YouTube is a way I can do that. So, almost to the town where my little guy lives, which is so neat because I live, as one person puts it, out in the boonies. And my patient is only, 20 minutes from my house. It's like a miracle. And so back to this channel. Right in your corner. I was asked more than once, what are your hobbies, when professionals were trying to figure out how to help me. They would say, what are your hobbies? And I just would never have an answer, because all I could think of was, I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm just trying to feed my family and take care of them, and if possible, do a little more than that, which is sad. But that was just the way it was. And so I want to be able to show you my life and be a friend to you if you need one, and to tell you you're never too low, you're never too far, and God loves you. He really does. I'm so grateful that through all of my darkest days, I knew God loved me. Didn't know much else, but I knew that Jesus loved me. And that's a comfort, and He loves you too. And you can do this. Have a wonderful day.